and welcome once again to House Bludstone. Tonight, we have some very interesting guests, as we often do in House Bludstone. Mr. K, how long have you been a vampire?
Well, about 3 weeks.
And how did it come to pass?
I was walking down the street one night. Suddenly, this strange girl came out of the alley. Well, I thought, might as well go with her. She might need to walk home or something. And she bit me. I mean, without any warning or anything, just bit me. I mean, if she'd asked me to bite, but and then all the changes started happening. I started sleeping during the day and wanting to eat raw meat and stuff. Weird.
Do you like being a vampire?
Well, I mean, all things considered, you don't have to pay taxes. Don't really have to worry about the government. Yeah.
Hello, Mr. S. How long have you been a vampire?
2 years now.
That was 2 years?
Yes, it really sucks. I mean, I used to really like going out drinking, having a few beers, eating really, really expensive Mexican food, and now the thing I can do is smoke. I mean, human blood tastes awful, and I tended to be, get to go with a few friends, but now I've got to be really gregarious, and it really sucks. And I dress funny now, and I don't know, I just don't understand. I mean, I don't like sunlight because it burns my skin, and I just, there are a bunch of morbid people who go around posing and showing off their fangs and talking about how many people they've eaten, and I don't get off on it, and I can't go watch ice hockey games anymore, You're sitting in the middle of a crowd of people, and you suddenly see all these big men, causing each other to bleed. You go in a frenzy, I jumped off onto the field and attacked one of the hockey players. Although I was offered a job, still, this sucks.
Mr. T, how long have you been a vampire?
Well, I used to hang out with Socrates.
Socrates?
Yes. In fact, I put ice cubes in his hemlock. He was a very, very wise person. I've since forgotten my Greek.
Do you like being a vampire?
Well, yes. I've always gravitated toward the nighttime professions. Grave digger, computer programmer. It's just the way to go.
Miss R, how long have you been a vampire?
I don't know, at least an hour or so. I was just walking down the street, and an hour ago I had on all pink clothes. I don't know what happened, And what are my sorority sisters going to say? I mean, I just can't take these clothes off. My clothes, they just turned black. It was horrible.
Do you like being a vampire? I take it that you don't.
Well, it's okay. I mean, I guess sucking blood from frat boys will be a new experience, but, I guess, I'll get used to it.
Mr. K,
Yeah.
what is your favorite Anne Rice novel?
Who's she?
You don't know who she is? Then you're a vampire?
Well, is it like a manual? You mean there's rules?
Some people think that it is a manual, or that she is the guru.
I'll have to check it out.
Mr. S,
Yes?
what is your favorite Anne Rice novel?
I'd say it would have to be the first one, Interview with the Vampire, because it's just really cool. They talk about these people, how the people on the plantations in New Orleans knew he was a vampire. Voodooists who were out to just smash him, and he got away, and it was really cool, and he kind of fell for this blonde guy, and it was really wild.
How do you feel about her writing? Is it true to form now that you have experienced it firsthand?
No, it isn't, but it's still cool because it just is, and I like it.
Mr. T, what is your favorite Anne Rice novel?
Oh, I think she wrote the one called The Vampire Lestat. Is that correct?
Yes.
I liked it. It tasted good.
What do you think about Anne Rice as a writer?
Well, I don't really know her writing. I didn't actually read the novel. It was given to me as an interesting gift by a companion, soaked in the blood of a young urban professional. So I ate it. It was quite tasty. The wood pulp provides a nice bit of texture to it, and the blood was particularly fresh.
So, Mrs. R, what do you think of Anne Rice? And what's your favorite Anne Rice novel?
You mean like a book? Oh my God, like I have to read too? This sucks. I don't like this at all. Wait, isn't she the one that said you have to smoke all the time? Okay, yeah, I've heard of her.
Ms. B, how long have you been a vampire?
Oh, probably several thousand years now. Kind of a drag.
It's a drag. How so?
Well, you know, doing all that vampire stuff, you know, killing virgins. Kind of a bitch.
So you must be one of the more mature vampires that we've interviewed tonight.
What are you talking mature?
Mr. J, how long have you been a vampire?
Oh, a couple 100,000 years.
A couple 100,000 years. And how do you feel about being a vampire?
I like it. I think it's fun. All that sucking blood, having sex and biting people. Just wonderful.
Ms. B, what do you think of Anne Rice and her novels?
I didn't know Grain wrote.
No, I mean the author, Anne Rice.
I thought you meant Anne Rice. I thought
Vampires make puns?
No, I just had no idea what you're talking about because I'm so totally above actually reading anything about myself. Yeah, that's it.
Mr. J, what do you think about Anne Rice as an author?
It's alright, but she just paints this romantic picture of the vampire, which just isn't true.
How do you feel about people who sort of have their eyes set upon her as a guru?
She's just another writer trying to make money off of our way of life.
Mr. K, what is one of the things that you dislike the most about living among the living?
I'd have to say going to the clubs, and you see all these people just dancing around in black and acting like they're vampires. They just don't know. I take pleasure in killing those.
Mr. S, would you tell me something that you dislike about living among the living?
The amount of house pets they have. I mean, I was going with a friend of mine. We were visiting this young man. She's going out who's alive. And he owns 2 Dobermans. And like I walked in the house and they freaked out. The one lunged at me. I had to back out the door. The other one was so scared to see me, it pissed on itself and leapt out the window, you know? And it really bothers me because there are all of these house pets and they'll like run out wild in the street and everything and they'll try and attack you and it really sucks. Another thing I really hate is cars. Because nowadays if someone knows you're a vampire and they dislike you, they'll try and run you over.
Mr. T, what do you dislike about living among the living?
Well, I would say the thing, it was pretty good at first, but later, as time went on and technology progressed, people's diets, I think, is the biggest problem. Because just everyone is starting to taste like a McDonald's hamburger. And it's really pretty disgusting.
Ms. R, what do you dislike about living among the living?
I mean, like, it's not fair. They get to wear clothes, you know, all the neons and all the pastels and shit, and everything I buy turns black. I mean, that's just not fair. And the other thing, oh shit, I don't have a cigarette.
Miss B, what is it that you dislike about living among the living?
I have to say, the severe lack of virgins. People just fuck each other too early. You can't find anybody that hasn't done it. It's just not the same.
Mr. J, what do you dislike about living among the living?
I really hate other people who try to imitate our greatness. But when given a chance to become one of us, they just can't take it. They're just too lame. They fear being as powerful as we are.
Well, there you have it. An interview with many denizens of the night at House Bludstone. But don't worry, because they have all left, and we are safe. These people live in places that you would least expect. They may even be your friends. But they are no longer here. And on another segment of the show, we may, once again, interview some denizens of the dark. Hey, Floyd.